Sup, my name is Reed for the Council Network. Today we're talking about Batman Bad Blood because you can watch it on Amazon digital download right now. You just gotta pay $19.99. In case you don't want to wait for the DVD that comes out next month, like I didn't want to wait for it because I was excited for this movie. And honestly, it's a really good movie. But before we get into it, before we 100% get into this, let me say this much. Careful for spoilers, there will be a lot of them. I will be talking about the whole 1 hour and close to like 30 minutes of the whole movie and what I thought about every little bit of it. And this is in the same universe as the Flashpoint movie that they did a while ago. This is still in the same universe where Damian Wayne is a thing. This is the same universe where I believe Jason Todd and the one that follows Jason Todd, I can never remember his freaking name. They were never Robins, so only Grayson and Damian are Robins in this continuum, just so you understand that whole thing, so it doesn't get all confusing and like, where the hell are these two? Because they're not part of it. Let's start with that much. So Batman Bad Blood takes place in the time frame of Batman's gone missing, and of course Dick Grayson is still on bad terms with them at this point, and he doesn't want anything really to do with them. And he's got to, come back to Gotham to keep up appearances and take the mantle of Batman at the time. Because Bruce has been missing for 2.5 weeks. Somewhere around 2.5 weeks' time. It's not till later we actually find out who Batwoman is. Because you would instantly think, hey, it's Barbara Gordon. Oh, hell no, it's not Barbara Gordon. She's actually part of the reason, she was there when Batman was taken, or blown up, I guess is the way to phrase this, for the first part. He was basically, they made you think that Batman's dead, but, obviously he's not, and he's still alive, and when you find out how he's alive, it's kind of like, oh my god moment. And they make you think that Firefly killed him, and I forgot who was with Firefly, but pretty much you get a bunch of rogues that actually, instead of being like C-listers, actually take the main plot point with one of the A-list villains. So in this continuum, Ra's al Ghul is dead, and Talia al Ghul is alive, just so we got that established at this point in time. And Damian Wayne is Robin. He was training with monks and obviously comes back because he wants to know, what the hell's going on here. Dick Grayson takes the mantle of Batman to keep up appearances. Batwoman follows Batman because Batman saved her in the explosion that we were led to believe the first 6 minutes. You can watch that on Machinima's channel. The first 6 minutes, you're led to believe that everything's gone to hell and Batman's dead. But, of course, they know better than that. And we actually get to see Lucius Fox's son, who actually plays a big role towards the end of this, which I'm going to touch upon again. But Batwoman is a completely different character than Batgirl, which is actually shown during this. And I don't believe in this continuum because the ending did kind of get me what the fuck-ish. I believe Batgirl hasn't been even established at this point, hasn't even been it, and it's just crazy. So Grayson is trying to figure out what happened to Batman. We actually find out that Talia took him because she wants to brainwash him and a bunch of other people and whatnot, and they got to go save him. So Lucius Fox's son, who was in the Bat Vault, let's call it the Bat Vault, was in there when Lucius got stabbed and he's about to die and shit, and he finds out that Dick Grayson is Robin, Nightwing, and Batman, let's put it that way. So he wants to be part of the whole thing in the action. He's like, I'm a soldier. I need to be in here. I need to have part of this action. And Grayson's like, now's not the time. Of course, he shuts him down. And Grayson at this point, obviously still really pissed at Bruce, but towards the end, understands Bruce's motives of why, he takes people under the mantle of Batman, why he takes them in. And it actually gives you that whole, oh my god, that actually makes a lot of sense. Because Batman has, the whole Batman thing in Bruce Wayne, he just idolized his entire life of being Batman because of the pain he feels from his parents' death, the grief. And he uses that to actually, be Batman and deal with it and be the guy he needs to be, so Gotham needs him to be. And obviously you see the police having a struggle without Batman being there, so Grayson's trying to take everything. And Grayson's just trying to live his life as Nightwing. Can't even have a nice life without Bruce. Shit. So they go where Talia is, and they have to, the first half of it have to save her, have to save Bruce from her because Damian was taken, and we get this like giant hulking, looks like Bane with a bat mask. I need him here, the kid. I need the kid here. Like, what the fuck are you? It's actually later in the movie we find out he's a clone of Damian Wayne, who's been, like, you know, hormoned up to the point that he's an adult. He's like, Mom, I need a soul. I got mommy issues because my mommy doesn't love me. So she goes, you poor creature. I'm so sorry. And shoots him right in the fucking head and just murders him. And Damian loses it. And she wanted to mentally reprogram Damian. She actually did it to Bruce. And she's, you know, just a fucked up bitch in general. But we actually, like, find out that Firefly, all these, like, C-listers, I guess is the way to phrase it. Because they're really not that big, you know, normal threats. They actually find out who Batman is. So that's a giant plot hole right there that they had to work through. The pacing of this could have been a lot better because in the first half, the pacing was good. And then it sort of kind of jumps like, hey, Bruce is back. And of course, you know, he only wants family. He's like, it's only family from this point. And he actually considers Grayson and Damian family. Obviously, Damian is, but Grayson, he actually does consider him family. Like another son. So at this point, he's just like, you know what? It's only family. Batwing and Batwoman, who saved my ass, can get the fuck out of here. And Batwing is actually Lucius Fox's son, who takes the armor. It's sort of like an Iron Man, Batman kind of thing. Because again, I don't really follow Batwing or Batwoman, so these are new characters to me, you know, when it comes to it. And I was like, okay, Batwoman, maybe she's Barbara Gordon with a gun. And, you know, I went into this not knowing too much. And I'm actually appreciative that I did, because it made the movie that much better. But there were some things that, again, like I said, I didn't really care for, which was the pacing. It kind of felt like it jumped from one story into another story. It didn't conclude one story into another. It just felt like, here's this arc, the arc ends, and then we go into the second arc. And it just, I don't know why it didn't feel as connective as it should have been. I don't think it really took it, you know, the proper direction. There was something off in the middle section. At the very middle, it just felt a little bit weird. I don't know why. To me, it just did. And that kind of dragged it down from there. But Talia, you know, brainwashed Bruce. And then Bruce has got to fight Nightwing. And Nightwing's, like, trying to fight him and gets his arm broken. Just, like, completely broken by Bruce. By Batman. At this point, you know, Dick Grayson is Nightwing again. And Bruce is Batman again, so I'll just phrase it that way. So that way no one gets confused, right? So Batman breaks Nightwing's arm, and then they're still fighting, and then basically Talia's like, finish him, throws him the gun, and he's about to kill Nightwing, and then Damian comes in, and he's like, Father, you can't do this. So, of course, he puts the gun to Damian, and he's trying to fight it. You could see it. Grayson's talking into him, trying to get him not to fight, you know, to fight it. Batwoman is fighting Talia at this point. Got her ass beat. And of course she did. She's still a rookie. Batwing took out Firefly. I think Firefly's dead at this point. Pretty much all the C-listers are dead. Alfred had a good really fight scene. And one of the guys who the guy who brainwashes Batman. Because there's a lot of C-listers that I can't really remember the names of, to be fair. The guy's head blown off. Which, I know I shouldn't be laughing, but it's kind of one of those awkward laughs where you're just, like, nervously laughing. It's so fucked up. So, they blow the dude's head off, and it's like, hey, there's all the problems of everyone knowing who Bruce is outside of Natalia, because Natalia's Natalia, and Ra's al Ghul is dead at this point, so keep that in mind. So this is her giant master plan to outdo her father. My son is a little brat who needs to be the soulless warrior that he's always meant to be, but the soulless warrior that I made one of, the clone-wise, well, he had mommy issues and he needed a soul, so I gave him a bullet in the brain. Yeah. Batman doesn't kill. So Batman puts the gun to his own head and almost shoots himself because he's trying to fight it so badly, and obviously breaks through. And then everyone is standing around Natalia, who gets the hell out of there. She's like, fuck you, I'm out of here, whoosh! Goes to the escape, you know, and then one of her own henchmen actually kills her, and the henchman kills herself. Because pretty much the identity of Batman needs to be kept secret, so that way, this is the only way they can actually clear up that whole plot line. My voice crapped out there. here's my biggest issue with this movie. The middle part felt really off. The animation looked a little bit choppy to me in certain parts. I don't know why, it just did. I mean, my favorite, obviously, Batman stories would always be I want to say the 90s animated series, the one with Mark Hamill as the Joker. That's always going to be my favorite. Anything that came out of that time period is just god tier. Just god tier. I'm not calling this bad. I'm just saying it's that middle plot, like right in the middle and where it kind of jumped ships, it just hurt. Like, it didn't feel right. It didn't feel like you're going to this one giant overall plot. I feel it could have been executed a lot better. Batman Bad Blood is pretty good, but it's not amazing, and that's what drags it down, in all honesty. Because the ending, they're like, alright, Batman's cool with Batwoman and then Batwing and takes him under the mantle, and Lucius Fox is still alive and he's healing, and you resolved every problem throughout the movie, but then you get this one scene where, they do that epic jump when they're all like coming off the rooftop, everyone's getting their little like 5 seconds. Batgirl, Barbara Gordon Batgirl, comes from behind, and it's just like, what the hell? You have Batwoman and Batgirl in the same universe? I don't know. It kind of feels like there's going to be another movie that ties into Batman Bad Blood that's going to be a Batman only movie, because I know DC has, I think it's Justice League versus Teen Titans, which I'm pretty hyped for, I won't lie, but I feel it's going to be pretty much the same kind of direction, where like Nightwing is like battling Batman. It's like, this is only the preview to that movie. And again, hopefully the pacing's a little bit better in that one than this one, because like I said, it felt like two separate storylines kind of together. I know overall they were the same storyline, but that middle point did not connect the bridge like it was supposed to. It just fell a little bit off. It was like, and I was paying attention to the whole thing. So for me, I'm going to give this a solid 7 out of 10. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't amazing. It was a pretty solid story, and it does take arcs from the ongoing comics from Batman's history. So I enjoyed it pretty much like any of the Batman stuff. DC knocks it out of the park again, 7 out of 10. Not bad. Not bad by any means, just that middle dragged it down for me. It completely dragged it down. So, check it out for yourself, either on DVD when it's released, or right now on digital. And if you guys enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe for more. I'm Ryu for the Council Network, and I'm out for now.